AMD stock is looking like a buy this week if price can close above that key level of 122. It's up 1% last week, up 10% on the month, and up 20% over the last 3 months. It's setting up for a great trading opportunity with a potential upside of 85%. So in this video, I'm going to look at a price analysis for AMD stock and how you would take up this high potential trade. Let's take a look. Now, if you find value in my analysis of AMD stock today or other stocks on my channel, you may also find value in my email trading tips newsletter. If you subscribe, I'll send you professional trading tips to help you make more profits trading stocks. I'll leave a link in the description below. Check it out. So looking at the chart for AMD stock, we can see that price this week does look as if it's going to close above this previous price peak of 122, which would trigger an entry for this stock based on Dow theory. So if you've been considering taking a position with AMD stock, now is the time to get ready, because it does look as if it's going to close this week above that key level with the buyers in control, and they're looking as if they want to take the price higher, possibly all the way up to the all-time high of 227, giving you a potential return of 85% over the next 3 to 6 months. In terms of trading rules, this opportunity is setting up nicely. We've got the price retracing from this key level here back into significant support of $76. That's the first thing. The second thing is we've got a break of this confirmed downtrend line, confirming that the trend is changing. And the third thing we've got is we've got a break of this peak after the trend line was broken. So we can see buyers have come in, they've bought up AMD stock, price has gone up. There's been some selling pressure, but not much. It hasn't been strong enough to take the price lower. And in fact, buyers are coming back in right now to take that price higher. And it looks as if this week, this price is going to close above 122. It's currently trading at 126. It's looking bullish. So it does look as if this week the buyers are in control and it's going to close above this previous peak. And that would constitute an entry using Dow theory. So you would be entering on confirmation with the buyers in control. As you can see on the right here, we've got the technicals saying buy, we've got the analyst rating for fundamentals also saying buy. And we can see here, we've got almost a sea of green in terms of the stats and performance for AMD. It is down 20% over the year, but obviously that gives you that opportunity to make some decent returns as that price trades back up to the all-time high. Now also, if you like to look at trading indicators, we can see price is above the simple moving average. So you can see since that decline, it was trading underneath as expected. It's hit that support level, and now following the trend line break, price is trading above that moving average simple. So we've got lots of rules all coming together, lots of confluence to confirm that price is ready to move up. So next, I want to look at some key price levels for AMD stock and map out this potential trade with key price targets for the future. So you can see on screen, I've already marked up the all-time high of 228. That could be a price target for the future when we enter this trade. Underneath that is a price level here of 187, which is the peak created back in July 2024. Underneath that, we've got this level of 165, which was created back in November 2021. Next, we've got this price peak of around 132, which corresponds to this peak back here in June 2023. And it's also looking as if this level here of $92 could also be a key level for AMD. You can see that the price hit resistance here back in June 23, and then there was selling pressure which pushed the price back down to this key level before it found support and then moved up to create the all-time high. And lastly, we've got this price trough down here around about $55. So let's mark that up. So you can see right now, looking at the weekly chart for AMD, price is trading above this key level here of $93 and underneath 132. And if we zoom in on the chart for AMD stock, we can see that over the last 12 to 18 months, price has retraced significantly into this price trough here around $76. Since that trough, it has been looking bullish and it has been moving up over the last 12 weeks. In the last 4 weeks, price did break this confirmed downtrend line, showing that the trend is changing. Now, since that peak was created after the trend line break, around about $121, there was some selling pressure and price did retrace and find support around about 107. Now you can see that this move here was quite significant, but the selling pressure only pushed the price back down about 25%. So this is looking really strong for AMD. It does look as if this price move upwards is going to continue. It does look bullish, and it does look as if the buyers are in control. Now zooming in a bit closer on the weekly chart, you can see I've marked up 2 orange lines, and these constitute different trading rules you could use to enter the stock. So the first rule you could use for entering AMD would have been on a counter trend rule, which you could have used about 4 weeks ago. Essentially, when price came into this peak here and then had this 1 week bar down, a 1 week counter trend, you could have then waited for price to exceed the peak of that red bar around about $116 to take an entry. You can see the week after it didn't take it out, but the week after that, the week of June the 2nd, price did close above that peak of that 1 bar counter trend. So you could have taken an entry there and entered at this level of 116, and you'd be in profit right now. So if you did that, well done. For more confirmation though, using Dow theory, the level of entry for this stock would be at this key level of 122. And essentially, we're waiting for the price to break the trend line, make a first peak, pull back and create a higher low, and then create a second peak, taking out the first peak, confirming that buyers are in control and they want to take the price higher. And we've been waiting for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks for this to happen. It does look as if this week, and we can see the bar here for this week, it does look as if this week that price is going to close above 122, constituting an entry trigger. Now, I'm recording this on Thursday morning, Japan time. If you're in the US, obviously on a different time zone, you've got 2 trading days left, Thursday and Friday, to confirm whether price is going to close above this level here. But it's looking bullish right now. It does look as if this is going to happen. And if you believe in Dow theory and you trade on rules, you've definitely got an entry here to enter the stock. And if you were to take a trade on AMD, what sort of potential is there for this trade? So if you were to get an entry around 122, and it's probably going to be higher than that if price closes high this week, potentially you'll get in around about 126. Maybe if it's bullish this week, price might move higher, and next week's opening price might be around this key level of 132. But for argument's sake, if you were to enter at the price break here of 122, your first level of significant resistance could be this level here, which would be an 8% upside. The next level here would be around 164, giving you a 34% upside. And if you use let's say a 12% stop loss, which corresponds to the low of this red bar here, you've got a risk to reward ratio of 2.8. And if price keeps going all the way to the all-time high, you've got a potential upside of around 85%. So a total risk to reward ratio of just under 7, which is excellent. So that's the upside potential. AMD stock is looking really bullish right now. And I do think based on overall probability, this stock is moving up. But we can never be sure. That's why we have our stop loss and our risk management. So What about the bear case for AMD? What happens if price perhaps finds resistance here and starts to move down? So if price does move up this week but find resistance at this key level of 132, it might pull back and test this level here of around $100 corresponding to these two low points here before perhaps moving back up and challenging 133 again. It might get rejected. If it falls away, where could it go? Potentially it might come back down to $93. And if price keeps falling and breaks the $93 level, then potentially it could come back all the way down and test $76 again. This is possible. But I think on the price action right now, it is looking bullish. I think the likelihood is it's going to move up rather than down. So overall, AMD stock is looking bullish right now. It does look as if it's going to close for the week above this key level of 122 and trigger an entry rule with a potential upside for 85%. Let me know what you think in the comments. Will you take this trade? Do you believe that AMD is looking bullish and it will move up? Or perhaps you've got a bear scenario? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.